Alright, what's going on everyone? Let's talk about something real. Life before 30 can feel like a whirlwind of pressure, careers, relationships, expectations, and social media flexing. But forget all that noise for a minute. This video isn't about being rich by 30, or married, or owning a house. It's about becoming grounded, solid, someone who's put in the reps to live with purpose and peace. So here are 10 goals, real one, you should be working toward by the time you turn 30. Number 1, be in control of your money. So let's start with money. Not about being a millionaire or a crypto genius. I'm talking about control. You don't need to be rich, but you do need a handle on how money flows in and out of your life. For example, you ever check your bank account and wonder where the hell your paycheck went? Well, that was me in my early 20s. I spend without thinking, like takeout every day, random online buys, taxi rides, bus rides, that kind of thing. So my advice for this is set up a budget, track your spending, know what's essential versus just what's a dopamine hit. You're not boring if you save, you're actually building future freedom. So even if you put a little bit to one side every week or every month, let's say for example, you save £50 to £100 a month and you put that into a savings pot, you never touch that. You never ever touch that money. That money over time, over so many years, is going to accumulate. And by the time you turn 40 or 50, you're going to have a pretty decent bank balance just from literally saving that bit of money every month alone. Number 2, be respectful but set boundaries. Being respectful doesn't mean being a doormat. By 30, you should know how to be kind but firm, polite but not passive. For example, I used to say yes to everything, every invite, every favor, even when it drained me. Why? Because I didn't want to seem rude. But guess what? You can respect others and respect yourself at the same time. So my advice for this is learn to say no without guilt. Distance yourself from toxic energy, and if someone can't handle your boundaries, they were benefiting from you having none. Now that is very, very powerful. This is something that I had to learn over the course of the last 5 years. Bear in mind, in the last video I explained that I'm 36 years old. I'm still trying to develop myself as a human being and trying to strengthen my core boundary. I've started learning to say no to certain situations. If I am not comfortable with the situation, I now start saying no. I don't be a nodding dog, because if you're a nodding dog, what you're actually doing is you're allowing people to walk all over you. So just choose your decisions very carefully, yes or no. Is it worth your time, your energy? Is it worth your patience and virtue? You've got to weigh up the odds. If it's not, don't do it. Don't feel compelled to do something just because someone is hounding at you. If you say no the first time and someone keeps asking you, the answer is no. No means no. Do not be coerced to say yes if you are not comfortable with the situation or you simply don't want to do something. Number 3, have a circle that elevates you. Now your circle shapes your mindset. By 30, your crew or your small group of friends, what I like to consider them being, should be a reflection of where you're going, not where you used to be. Now, the example for this is, think about it. If you're trying to grow, but your closest friends are stuck complaining, avoiding responsibility, or living for the weekend, you're going to feel stuck too. Now, what I mean by this is you probably have those friends who invite you out for a drink, but it isn't just simply a drink. A drink turns to another, to another, to another. Before you know it, you're spending a lot of money. A lot of that money that could genuinely be put into a savings pot for when you get a little bit older, and you're going to benefit from it massively. I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm just saying really got to be responsible for your actions and for your money. If you are continuously spending all the time, it's just not going to happen for the future. You have to think in about the next 5, 10, 15 years time. I know it's difficult to do that, but if you start putting a plan in place now, you are really going to benefit from the future with it. And what I mean by having a circle that elevates you is so many people have friends who in essence are weighing them down. Sure, you might enjoy their company, but really think about, are they going anywhere with their life? Do they have drive and ambition? Do they have goals and aspirations? Are they on the track, no matter how slow that road may be, to try to further and better themselves? If the answer is no, you need to find a better group of friends. It is that simple, at least from my opinion and perspective. So my advice, keep the circle tight, prioritize those who are about something. People who hype you up, hold you accountable, and want to see you win. It's quality over quantity always. There is a saying that you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. What that basically means is if you are surrounding yourself with 5 of the most positive people going, they don't have to be rich and they don't have to have a lot going for them, but as long as they are trying to move forward constantly and not stuck in some kind of limbo, some kind of rut, then you are going to benefit from each other that way. Number 4 is learn a form of self-defense. This one's practical. Learn to defend yourself. It's not about violence, it's about confidence. Knowing that if a situation ever goes south, you're not helpless. Now, what I mean by this is you don't need to be UFC ready, but whether it's boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, just knowing the basics make you walk differently. You carry yourself with a quiet strength. And trust me, it's not just physical. You build discipline, control, and self-respect. That alone makes it worth it. Now, I come from a background where I've got 9 years of Taekwondo experience and I have got 2.5 years of MMA experience. Now, what that basically means is, yes, in the streets, I'm not just going to go try to find a fight, but what that genuinely means is if trouble comes my way, I know how to defend myself. If someone tries to burgle my home, I have got a better chance knowing that I've got this behind me to defend me and my home. If somebody pulls up with a gun, obviously that's a completely different scenario altogether. However, I have learned to disarm people who bring weapons to the fight as well. Obviously, if someone's going to shoot me in the head, there's nothing I can do about that. But just having the capabilities of something more than what some people without wouldn't have, like, I have got a better standing and a better chance of survival. Number 5 is let go of destructive habits. Now, we all have crutches, but by 30 you should be actively working to break free from the ones holding you back. We're going back to number 3 on this one. Maybe it's drinking every weekend, smoking, gambling, or doom scrolling, what I like to call it, till 3 a.m. Those things don't seem like a big deal until you realize how much they steal your time, energy, and peace. Now, you don't need to be perfect, but take steps. Replace the habit with something better. Join a support group, get therapy, start small, but start now. And for those who are already doing this, I commend you massively. I know so many people, they're not my friends, but I know so many people who have some level of addiction and it grinds down their life. It grinds them down to a horrible position where they don't know how to get out of it, or more they're living in this comfortable bubble of, well, this is me. And I'm just like, well, sorry, well, that's you, but that's not me, you know what I mean? I know I'm worth more than that, so I'm not going to succumb to it. And for those people who are stuck within the addiction, there is lifelines out there. There are ways to get out of it. It's not the be all and end all. It's up to you if you want more for yourself, or if you just want to sit comfortably in whatever you want to call the cesspool that you're in. And for those who have overcome addiction, again, like I said, I commend you for that. Now, number 6 is master emotional self-control. It's a bit of a tongue twister, that one, but what I mean by that is if it's one trait that separates the grown from the growing, it's emotional control. Can you stay calm when things get heated? Can you respond instead of react? Now, I've lost opportunities because I couldn't control my anger in the past, said things that I couldn't take back. And I've also saved relationships by just pausing and breathing. Now, this applies to friendships, it applies to relationships, but when the other person, whoever you are communicating with, starts losing control, you can get on their level and start losing control too. Or you can take a step back and start breathing, start thinking about what you're going to say, gain your composure, and handle the situation efficiently and decently. It's up to you what sort of person you truly want to be. Now, yes, this is easier said than done, but there are tricks, there are techniques to get to that point to help you keep your cool. Now, my advice for this is being calm under pressure makes you a better partner, friend, leader, and a human. Journal and meditate, because those are the 2 things I took up and I don't regret doing. Now, meditate, I don't mean, kumbaya, sat around a campfire with your legs crossed and, the peace signs holding up and stuff. Now, meditate can simply be just get rid of all the background noise, take away the distractions for a minute or two, and just close your eyes and breathe. Just breathe, because that is what meditation is. Mostly, it's just about breathing. Focus on your breathing, because it truly helps. It really genuinely helps to just take a moment out of your day to just sort of regain your ground again. Now, what I like to do is I like to shut off all devices and everything else. I like to give myself about 5-10 minutes a day just to really sort of focus on breathing, and it really helps me stay ready and stay, mind focused, and it just helps me to be this better person. Learn to sit with your emotions before they control you, because so many people let emotions take over them, especially anger. Now, I'm not saying don't be angry. Of course, be angry, but the way you handle that emotion, that truly matters. Now, number 7 is discover what you love and monetize it. Now, we all have that one thing we lose track of time doing, whether it's music, coding, writing, fashion, scrolling on TikTok, whatever it might be. And at the end of the day, we should be trying to focus on what we can do with what we enjoy. Now, for example, I started making videos just for fun, literally just for fun. I started on YouTube about 12 years ago. I was just making it for fun. I was going live streaming, every day. I was doing wrestling content at the time, and people just enjoyed my personality, and I realized that I could actually do something with that. Now, unfortunately, my YouTube channel got hacked and deleted, but the fact of it is, I took that chance. And did I let that knock me down? Yeah, okay, let that knock me down for a little while, but then I made a second channel. And now I'm sitting on 29,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. On my TikTok, I'm at 600 followers and counting. So, it was just trying to think of what do I enjoy doing, and can I make a future out of this? The possibility is there. Who knows? Unless you take a chance. Now, when I mentioned about the YouTube channel having 29,000 subscribers, I ain't talking about this channel. This is a secondary channel, in a way. This is where we do real talk. I'm talking about a different channel. If you guys are interested in that other channel, I will link that in the description for you guys to check out. I do a lot of shorts on there. I do a lot of other things on there too. Now, my advice for this is build a skill around your passion. Create content, freelance, sell something. It may not replace your job overnight, but it plants the seed for financial independence. Like I said, if you like kicking a football around in a park and your friends are going, wow, you're actually pretty good at football, try evaluate yourself. See if you actually are alright at football, and then try to pursue it. Or let's say, for example, you're a strong swimmer. Maybe you can join a swimming team. Maybe from that point you can try eventually join the Olympics. Who knows? Like content, you know what I mean? Like, try to monetize what it is that you love. It could be absolutely anything. Anything you enjoy doing, apart from like obviously addiction, like drinking and whatever. But like if you're doing something productive, but you're doing it for fun. Like for example, I play Rocket League, obviously, as you can tell from this video. And I enjoy it. I mean, I really, really enjoy playing it. I enjoy playing it with my teammates. I just enjoy the whole aspect of it. And because of that, I'm trying to get better in myself. I'm doing a lot of training packs. I'm learning how to do little mechanics here and there and stuff. But overall, I'm just trying to have fun. And I'm trying to see what comes of that. It may not come of anything. It may not go anywhere. But the fact is, I'm still taking a chance. And you never know if something's going to take off unless you take a chance. Now, number 8 is fail often and learn every time. Now, this might sound weird, but you should aim to fail a lot. If you're not failing, you're playing it too safe. Now, I've launched things that have flopped, as I've just explained. I've been rejected, I've looked dumb, and you know what? Every loss taught me more than a win ever did. Because when you lose, some people just take a loss as a loss. They just go, okay, that's what it is, blah, blah, and they try to find a way to blame anybody but themselves. But when you can evaluate on what went wrong, what you did wrong, and is there anything that you could do better, that is how you learn. You're not going to learn anything. And I mean, you're not going to learn absolutely anything unless you fail in the beginning. Now, my advice for this is take risks, ask for opportunities, try things that scare you. Failure isn't final, and it's feedback. So let it build you, not break you. Number 9 is strengthen your family bonds. Family doesn't have to be perfect to be worth investing in. Be the person your younger siblings, cousins, even parents can look up to. Now, sometimes just checking in, helping out, or being present at family events matter more than you think, especially if you came from dysfunction, which I certainly did. 1 year old, my father left. My mother was a struggling addict for the majority of my childhood life, and she's not much better now, but she is off the alcohol and she is off the drugs. So it's there. So I make effort for her because I can see the change. Lead by example, be reliable, show love even if it wasn't always shown to you. Again, you know, I feel like I've always been more of a parent to my mum than she has been a parent to me. I've always felt like I've fathered her in a sense, especially since becoming an adult. You know, I try to see her once a week. I go there and I do little jobs in the house. You know, I hoover and I just do basic chores. You know, I don't have to do it, but at the end of the day, that's my mother. You know, I'm a single child and I do my best. You know, but don't waste your time on family that genuinely don't support you, because there's a lot of family out there, believe it or not, there's a lot of family members that actually don't support, and you shouldn't waste your time with them. You need to understand who's worth fighting for, who's worth doing the work for, and who isn't. And if they aren't giving you equal attention and equal care and trying for you, then don't try for them. Now, last but not least, don't rush relationships. Love can feel urgent in your 20s, but don't let loneliness rush you into something you'll regret. I've been in relationships where I've mistook chemistry for compatibility, where I've ignored red flags just to not be alone. And that is a trap. I've explained in the previous episode that I've been married and divorced. I feel like I rushed that in my 20s. But, you know, that whole saying of you don't learn unless you make the mistakes. Now, I've made the mistakes, so this is why I'm here talking to you guys and hopefully helping you along your journey. Talking, you know, from my perspective. But if you want to make the mistakes for yourself, if you want to, you know, trial and error your life, go ahead. But advice is take your time. Get to really know someone. Heal yourself before building something with someone else. The right relationship is built, not found. Always work on yourself first. Try to make sure you're a better person before you actually try and venture off into adding to somebody else's life. And do you know what? Don't be a mug. Do not be a mug in a relationship. There is so many people, and I am privy to it as well. I have literally been that person in a relationship where I've done all of the work and I've forgiven them time after time. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, here's the truth. There's no perfect checklist to life, but if you're working on these 10 things, you're building a solid foundation. A life you won't have to escape from. Don't stress if you're behind. Just start moving forward, one goal at a time. Now, if this resonated with you, drop a comment. What goal are you working on? Hit that like button, subscribe for more real talk, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget, go subscribe to my boy, Right Track. I will drop his YouTube channel in the description below. Without further ado, I'm out. Have a fantastic day. Hopefully I've helped, and see you in a bit.